I spent years wondering what you were like.
Will the Commonwealth corrupt you, as it has everything else?
Dogmeat, could you, look away real quick?
This is Nuclear Ned, a veteran of the Great War, also known as the Best One. Doing some research, he came across this thing called the Geneva Convention. If there was a convention, why wasn't he invited? After studying it for a solid 7 seconds, he decided that the only rule is criminal, and nothing says New Year like nuclear arsenal. Ned's journey begins with a perfectly normal morning with his family. Just don't ask what he did in Alaska. Ned's very bright, however his social skills could use some work.
Go away.
Luckily, the world is ending, so these social lessons will not be necessary. We run to the vault and miss seeing the end of the world. As we walk to the ethical human freezer section, allow me to explain the rules. I am only allowed to use weapons banned by the Geneva Convention. Poison weapons? Absolutely. Chemical warfare? Absolute funfair. However, to Ned's knowledge, the vault contains no such crimes against humanity. So these roaches get the privilege of continued life. For now. With Ned's journey back to the surface complete, our goal was to secure a wave dealing damage that was ethically questionable but highly effective. With our options limited, Ned settles on poison caltrops. For the small price of every piece of steel in Sanctuary, we craft as many as we can carry, and grab this dog to witness our crimes against footwear, and start heading to the nearest town to test their effectiveness. Initial impressions were promising, as the power of lethal Legos helped us clear the museum and rescue the trapped civilians.
You owe me.
As the morally correct faction in Fallout 4, it was only proper for an upstanding citizen like Ned to side with them. However, there was the small task first of escaping alive. But as they say, life finds a way. For the low price of free, we watch as the multi-ton lizard deals with the locals, until it massacred them all, then set its sights on Ned next. Using our secret weapon, we find out just how ineffective it really is. After 30 minutes of using our sprinkles of mild inconvenience, the Deathclaw decides its foot pain is terminal. Returning to the survivors, Mama Murphy, undoubtedly high as a kite, tells Ned to go to Diamond City to look for his son. The trek to Diamond City was a completely normal experience. We negotiated with merchants, met our new mole overlords, and ignored a plea for help until we made it to Diamond City.
You want into Diamond City, right?
No, not really.
Attempting to find weapons of mass destruction from the legal market was proving less than effective. So we visit the town detective for help, only to find out that like our hopes and dreams, he was also absent. We offer to find the detective for a small fee.
Don't play games with me.
How about now?
Hey, I'd love to help.
Not up for negotiation.
Do you do in-store credit? With no success in Diamond City, our next option was Good Neighbor, where we were given a warm welcome.
Well, hello. I only kill when I want to.
Is that now? With no luck in Good Neighbor either, Ned was alerted to the location of a guaranteed spawn of our war crime salvation. Hidden in Fen Street sewers is a guaranteed flamer and the key to upgrading Ned's frankly pathetic arsenal. There's only a small problem. About a dozen, in fact. Knowing that the key to leveling up Ned's crimes against the Commonwealth was somewhere down here, he braves the ghouls and many broken bones, before finding his prize and escaping while Dogmeat becomes the ghoul's personal punching bag. This was a calculated risk, but man am I bad at math. Returning to Sanctuary to upgrade Ned's new toy, Ned is interrupted when Mama Murphy requests a new chair as if he were her personal interior decorator. Taking pride in his craftsmanship, Ned constructs the perfect residence for this chem-powered oracle. A concrete cell, cold and empty. But hey, at least she has her favorite chair. Back to important matters. If Ned was to be the Commonwealth's best war criminal, he would need a new place to call home, and Sanctuary just wasn't good enough for him. So it's on to collecting settlements for the Minutemen. A retrieved locket here, a mini nuke to the face there, and the long-awaited victory against the Mole People concluded in a drive-in theater parking lot. Returning to Preston with Ned's success, he suggests retaking the castle. With our current arsenal, we don't stand much of a chance against the delicious crustacean foe that inhabits our future property. So we will need to be a good Samaritan and help the locals for a modest fee. Finding a giant metal man in need of help, we calmly watch as he is beaten senseless by the local crackhead population, before he thanks us for the help and offers us a job. Realizing money can be used to purchase napalm, we agree to help. Following the Iron Giant cosplayer to Archet, we assist him greatly by doing nothing, then loot the remains for items of value. Impressed by our expert strategy of hide and loot the dead, Giant Metal Man offers Ned a place in the Brotherhood of LARPers. To which Ned gives the appropriate response if a Giant Metal Man ever offers you to join his club.
No, I need to move on. That's a shame.
Selling all the legally acquired goods, Ned hears about a war crime that is not dependent on the purchase of ammunition to use. Interested to see if such a thing could exist, Ned makes his way to the location. After peaceful negotiations with the locals, Ned acquires the legendary item that was hidden away. A weapon born of a chaos god of pestilence, death, and possibly diarrhea. So naturally this will be given to Piper at some point. Continuing the task of market research, Ned arrives at the... how do you say this?
Hallucigène.
Yeah, that. The name isn't important. What is important is the wealth of safe and effective commercial products held inside. Like crowd control gas that turns the victims only mildly insane. An improvement, if you ask Ned. While planning out his idea for crustacean eradication, Ned receives a strange radio broadcast and a plea for help. As rescue likely means reward, we rush to the location to find all the people who could give us money are dead. However, it was not for nothing, as this humble walking toaster gave Ned the blueprints to make robotic horrors of his very own. And just like that, an idea was born. Why create a war crime from scratch when there is a perfectly good one trimming the hedges? Behold, the new war crime against humanity and the English language. With our new multiple treaty-breaking lightbulb companion in tow, it is time for a change of management at the castle. We turn the local workers into crab cakes until the CEO herself makes her appearance. Where through the power of legal paperwork and nuclear negotiations, the castle is secured for the next step in Ned's plan, which is Plan B, and B stands for business. Welcome to Nuclear Ned's Necessary Necessities, where we provide the protection you need and the walking hazards for your enemies. We also provide the finest water the wasteland can offer, with a security that guards what truly matters. Ned values our employees greatly and provides only the best staff housing, with on-site farming for your nutrition needs. And if your hearing loss becomes problematic, there's a business doctor who can restore your eardrums for a small fee. If you are interested in joining Netcore, you can just call the number on screen, and we will be glad to eat you. The business empire is growing and... oh shit, we forgot about Nick Valentine. It's okay. He doesn't need to know how long ago we agreed to look for him. With Ned's business empire growing, he can now focus on finding his son, which will require a carefully planned rescue. We could try the immolation route with our British war crime light bulb, but against these men whose fashion Ned can respect, we can try a more humane way of negotiations. Goodbye, flamethrower. Hello, gamma gun. It may not seem more humane. In fact, it may seem somehow worse. But I ask you this, dear viewer and war crime enthusiast. Is it truly inhumane if they won't live long enough for the cancer to matter? So, anyways, we freed Nick Valentine and stealthily make our escape because in the end, Bethesda AI is Bethesda AI. And as you know, cancer is a silent killer. Confronting Skinny Malone, Ned believes this is the perfect time for a product test. The results were something.
Lights out for you.
With the flawless rescue of Nick Valentine, it's time to continue the search for... what? What is this? Competition? Selling water at a ludicrous price? In the business world, competition only has one outcome.
There was a man and a woman. They didn't say much.
After a long discussion with Nick, we find out that Frosted Flakes owned a house in town and acquire the key through totally normal means. Entering the cereal brand's house, we begin our search.
Did you check out that desk?
It is indeed a desk, Nick. After minutes of searching that made Nick want to bring anyone else instead, we find Kellogg's secret stash of cigars and utilize dog meat to track him down to Fort Hagen. With our serial foe hidden behind a robust security system, we were going to need some help. This is Piper, Diamond City citizen, news reporter, and assistant to all things illegal. Ned believes in freedom of the press. The freedom to press the launch button. Yes, interesting. Kidnapping children. Very profitable. Piper, if you would please. Through the misuse of a tactical nuclear device in an enclosed space, Kellogg managed to survive, and Ned was left to escalate to Plan D. Through the pharmaceutical use of drugs, we gained the power of God and anime to go along nicely with our napalm. With Ned's son in the Institute, the goal now was to find a way inside. However, sensing a shift in market opportunity, a new business competitor arrived. Where in the hell are all of these businesses coming from, Piper? With competition popping up on Ned's front door, the search for Sean must wait. as production needs increase to regain our edge against our likely questionable liquid foe. Someone should really test this stuff. A taste test is optional, but if you do, Ned will just sit there, silently judging you. With market stability temporarily secured, it's back to the mission at hand. Invading the memories of a dead brand to find the location of a corporate deserter from the Institute. With nothing but the suit on his back and ambition in his eyes, Ned begins his trek for business expansion. To many, the glowing sea means certain death. But to Ned, the only certainty is profit making. And even in the middle of a radioactive wasteland, a deal can always be negotiated. Although not strictly banned by the Geneva Convention, shooting energy made with the souls of the innocent likely breaks a few treaties. Which makes it perfectly acceptable for our adventure. Arriving at a nuclear crater, Ned was greeted by a group calling themselves the Children of Adam. Where they saw religious significance, Ned instead saw financial opportunity. When negotiations for a partnership fell through, it was instead time for hostile negotiations via legal immolation. Hello one and all to Nuclear Ned's Sanitary Sauna, the #1 spot in the Commonwealth for your exfoliating needs. If you are concerned with bodily health, look no further as we have reviews from these top customers. So jump in now, and before you know it, you'll be positively glowing. With Ned Core expansion massively successful, we are tasked by the Jolly Green Giant to find a chip that is located in the most dangerous of Institute products, to which we may not survive. How compelling. Clearly bored at the lack of challenge, our light bulb of lawsuits took his rage out on the innocent bystanders.
I met an atheist who worked for a charity the other day. She said it was a non-profit organization.
Plausible deniability, Ned can find no flaw. Needing someone to decode the chip we possess, Dr. Amari recommends the Railroad, a secret organization that lives underground. Having experience of dealing with underground dwellers before, negotiations were likely to prove no challenge for Ned. However, they had installed an unbreakable security system that required multiple hours of failed attempts and frantic internet searching to find the secret to entry. With darkness being Ned's second greatest fear, behind taxes, he armed himself with the proper ordnance to make his way inside. Hiding in the darkness was the leadership of the Railroad, no doubt wanting to make a cinematic entrance to boost negotiation power, which would have worked on anyone else who wasn't carrying a nuclear warhead launcher. Clearly peaceful negotiations was never an option. Ned decodes the chip himself and returns to the Jolly Green Giant to explain in great detail his exciting adventure.
None of your damn business.
Through the power of intelligence, skill, and this unpaid intern, the journey for the one thing that matters to Ned has led to this moment. Could it be a utopia of business excellence? Where every step was paid for? Automation? The options could be endless. Ned has never been more disappointed at his son's lack of business expertise. With the Institute lacking vision, it's time for Ned to show them true innovation. Welcome to Commonwealth Fight Night, where our fighters will have to survive this harrowing arena tonight. In this corner, one of the Wasteland's most dangerous creatures, a nightmare for any Wastelander. And in the other corner, the true nightmare of the Commonwealth, the Beast of the East, Mama Murphy. You see, son, this is how you truly do business. Seeing Ned's success for the art of making money, Sean immediately brings him into the inner circle of the Institute. After having just reunited with his son, Sean announces that he has cancer, and for Ned to be his successor. Attempting a 2-for-1 deal, Ned tried curing his son by giving him superpowers. And traditionally, application of radiation would cause superpowers. Barbara lied to me. The death of family is difficult for any person, even for someone like Ned. But there's a simple way to ease the pain. And that solution is gambling. Brutally interrupting a mourning father's casino construction, the Institute attacked with their weaponized toaster ovens. As the stoic and brave leader that Ned is, his master plan for defense was to hide away and observe the carnage. The tactical defense Deathclaw proved excellent against the robotic invaders. Your results may vary. Through courage, teamwork, and massive amounts of incendiary death later, Ned and his business held the line to profit another day. We suffered losses and setbacks, but nothing can stop us from rising again.
Come on, it's gotta pay out sometime.
But if Ned's business was to ever safely turn a profit, the Institute would have to be dealt with. Our premier intern has found a way for Ned to get revenge on the Institute. Okay, he didn't tell us about this part of the plan. After a relaxing exercise in immolating the crackhead population, we make it to the control room and teleport in Preston and crew to go over the plan.
We're not here to commit mass murder.
Mass murder, got it. With the Institute gone, only one competitor to Ned's business empire remains. But Ned, you may ask, aren't the Brotherhood neutral to the Minutemen? Normally yes, but in this case. So for some unexplainable misunderstanding, the Brotherhood gave us the perfect excuse to erase them from existence. Only one small problem. We must construct artillery in 5 different settlements, and our settlement management has seen mixed results. However, with our excellent cost-saving procedures, all of the artillery is constructed. Who knows how the Brotherhood will react to the destruction of the Pridwen, so better to recruit more help. And by help, it means outsourcing all defense to AI. This is Sprinkles. He's Ned's favorite. Last but not least, we will need expendable cannon fodder to hold the line against the Brotherhood's veteran soldiers. The homeless population of Diamond City will do nicely. With all the preparation done, market domination could commence. The Brotherhood of LARPers send one last attack to ruin as much of Ned's business as possible. As we engage in the tried and true strategy of run away from everything, our heroic staff defend the business with their lives. Although not everyone would be so lucky. With the death of the only thing Ned could consider a friend, and after taking every chem in his inventory, the last Brotherhood member would fall by his hand. And Sprinkle's metallic soul could rest well. It was over. The market was Ned's. Oh wait. There were children on the Pridwen? That's terrible. So anyways, Piper, I think I'll spend 5 more minutes on this side, then roll over. Gotta have that tan ready for summer.